Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eziel, Lancer on Feral Valley. I'm actually here with Kray, Guild Master for Notorious, and this is actually going to be the first interview for the Cycle 2 of the Vanarchs. And Kray here is actually running for Vanarch, and I don't believe he was Vanarch in this first cycle. So just to kind of start things off, just wanted to find out some things about him and his guild. So Kray, I wanted to find out Notorious. So how long have you guys been together as far as a guild?
Pretty much we started out over on Jagged Coast, and it was just me and my wife, and then we moved over to this one, and we started leveling up, and we started our own guild. It was Smilodon. It was something smaller, and then we met up with these guys in a guild called Faceless, and we merged in with them, and pretty much the guild leader kind of passed it on to me. We eventually decided that I wanted to run for Vanarch, and I really wanted to make a big deal about it in the first cycle, but I didn't really get a chance. And so we started up probably about 3 or 4 weeks in, I guess.
Okay, I got you. Now, how many players, like unique players, do you guys have in Notorious?
I don't quite understand what you mean by unique. I'm guessing you mean like mains, not alts.
Absolutely.
We have about 13 actives, something like that, most of which are over level 50. We have a roster that says about 40. I think maybe about 28 of them are actually players, and then the rest are alts. Some come on different server times, but the majority of us log on Central Time, actually, after work.
Okay. Now, what kind of sets Notorious apart from the other guilds, you think?
At this moment, not too much. Maybe the emblem. It's a knife in the back, but that's about it. We're a smaller guild, and we pretty much just want to find some new people. The Vanarch thing is more about getting the PvP kind of started on this server. We don't really have any battlegrounds or anything, so you know, someone's got to make the effort. I was hearing that Nightmare was going to in the first cycle, and they kind of didn't deliver on that.
Right. So yeah, it sounds like so basically Notorious is more of a PvP guild oriented.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're at 60. We want to go and run dungeons and get gear just like anyone else. But you know, I love going out and PvPing. Most of the time, I show up and the odds are against me. You know, given that we have a smaller guild. And I still continue to run out and lose points as guild master in wars and stuff, but it's fun, you know. And I'd love to be whatever province I would get. I would love to take people and, you know, try to more bring them into one area so that everyone can get more on a large scale kind of GVG thing going on, you know, 6 versus 6 versus 6 kind of thing.
Okay.
Guilds, not people.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Now, as far as with you individually, how long have you been playing MMOs?
I've been playing MMOs for a long time. I picked up EverQuest a long time ago. I don't really remember what year that was. I didn't get too heavy into it. I was in school and stuff like that. I got into Ragnarok Online for a long time, and then I played that on private servers for a long time. And then I switched over to WoW, and then played that for a few years and got tired of the fact that it was ruining itself slowly.
Yeah. Now, with Terra, I know that you said you were on Jagged Coast. How long have you actually been playing Terra yourself?
I think I played maybe 1 weekend before the actual the beta was open.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like I pre-ordered, but I mean, I played since open beta.
Okay. Now, so tell me, what is it that you really like about Terra, though?
I really liked the idea that they put the majority towards kind of PvP. Like, they opened it up with pretty much the idea is they're taking the community, like Nilla WoW. You had the people that started out on WoW, and they associated and interacted with each other in a certain way that benefited the game and made the game great. And Terra took that and took what we did as a whole on that game to make a great community, and kind of made a linear set of guidelines to kind of guide people into being more social and more active within the game.
Okay. Now, let's go ahead and talk about like some of the Vanarch stuff. We're on a PvP server. It sounds like you guys are really more oriented towards the PvP aspect. So I think it's safe to assume you guys are probably going to leave the province that you get more PvP, pretty much, right?
Well, yeah. I wouldn't turn it off if that even is really an option. But I mean, the taxes will be low. I have literally no interest in gaining money from it. I'd rather have more people coming in for low taxes and staying for the PvP than coming in and bitching about, restoring their stamina and flying off.
Okay. Now, what continent and what province are you guys looking for?
Well, I'm running for South Shara. I don't particularly care which one. I didn't want to run more up towards the Nexus areas because, there's larger guilds running up there. I won't be able to compete with that, but maybe I could get South Shara. I would like Frontera. Frontera looks like a great place for world PvP. There's lots of vines to climb up and, pitfalls and different chokeholds and flanking points that you can do in there. But, I mean, pretty much any of them I like.
Okay. Now, as far as with, like, the shops and stuff, do you guys have, like, a priority list on which ones you guys want to have open first?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
With the tactics instructor, the magic instructors, you've got the brokers, you've got the specialty stores, and the various things that people or players use. Do you guys have like an idea like which ones you want to have open first?
Well, I mean, I guess I would open the cleric and the teleporter first, and then go with the specialty store and the trainers.
Okay, and I think you mentioned earlier you're basically going to try to keep the taxes low. And is it safe to assume that would be like 1%?
Yeah, 1%.
Okay, so I know at 1% you're probably not going to get like a whole lot of funding, but with that gold that you guys do retrieve, what are you going to use that gold for as far as toward the Terra community?
I actually want to run, PvP events. There were a lot of guilds that were saying they were going to do as such beforehand. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a reward for everyone to show up. Some people are just playing this game to get to the in-game PvP. So, I mean, I'll offer whatever I get as a reward for, some type of event. I was actually considering maybe like a round-robin 1-versus-1 kind of thing. You have a circle of people, let's say 40 people, and you assign them all numbers, and one person goes into the center, and that's the person that starts, and we keep track of how many people they defeat before they are defeated. And I call out whatever random number, 1, 14, 17, and they keep 1v1ing and going in, kind of like a bloodlust kind of.
Okay, so that kind of goes into the next question. So you kind of got some PvP events. Is there any other type of events you guys are looking at maybe holding or having?
Not currently.
Okay, so I think that's pretty much like most of like the major questions I had, but I like to generally end with just if there's anything that you want to try to convey to the voters on why they should vote for you guys, or anything that you may want to input to kind of end everything and give them a reason why they should vote for Notorious.
Well, pretty much if you're really tired of looking around for the people that you're GVGing, why not bring them out to my province? Call them out.
All right. So, well, I appreciate you taking time out of gearing and helping out your other guildmates, Kray. But, I'll go ahead and get this uploaded on the YouTube channel. And if there's anything later that you can think of and you want to try to let the voters know about, just feel free to swing by to the channel Eziel 110 and just comment anything there, and that'll update everybody. But thanks again for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. You have a great evening.
You too.